All right, who's enjoyed their meal tonight? You've all gone, yo, that's wonderful. I hope the cooks all heard that. You've all gone hard and just whoosh, and everyone came up happily for seconds. I want to say this is pretty much an oil-free meal. Can you believe that? Just a little bit of olive oil on the veggies, nothing else. Nothing else. Amazing. All right. So the Tofurkey, how did that wash with you? Yeah, all right. Okay, so I did a bit of a price comparison for the cost of a Tofurkey, making just one of those little loaves, and the cost of a turkey. All right, so if you opted for a Tofurkey for Christmas dinner instead of a turkey, you'd be paying about $10 to produce this Tofurkey. $68. I just googled the cost of a turkey. There you go. And in the Tofurkey you get about 23 to 30 slices. So would it feed a standard family? $10. Pretty good? Yeah. And not only, it's nutritious, it's got fibre and protein and all the good nutrients that we need. But if you're gluten-free, I'm sorry, it's not going to work for you. It's just one of those things, we can't actually make it gluten-free. It just doesn't work. So anyway, for those of you who aren't gluten-free, and I think most of you in the room aren't, I'm just going to this is so quick and easy as well. So once again in the whiz, I'm just going to put 450 grams of macro firm tofu into my whiz. And this was about $5 at the supermarket. So it was on special, so that's pretty cheap. Tofu is a very good protein food, along with other great nutritions. Half of Asia runs on tofu. So half a cup of water goes in here. And then I've got some miso paste, which I just got at the supermarket, white miso paste, which is really good for flavouring. So I'm doing a tablespoon of miso paste in here, or thereabouts. I'm always a bit of a thereabouts girl. And sorry, I'm using my fingers, but you won't be eating this one. I did have gloves on most of the day. So some onion powder. I'm just looking at my recipe, 2 teaspoons of onion powder. I just got the onion powder from the supermarket, but usually I buy onion powder from bin, bigger quantities. Some garlic powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, yeah. And that just about does the container. I've got some sage and thyme going in now. I've got some Massel veggie stock, just one little cube. Like, I'm amazed. I think it's got really good flavour, but did you? You all right with it? It's hard to make comparisons. You know what you like, but then that might not be what everybody else likes. But I think the meal we all decided was good, and you've decided that as well. So that's a good feedback for so many people to be happy. Right, okay, so everything's in there. I've done a teaspoon of salt. And it doesn't take very long, but I'm just going to do a blast so you can chat until I finish. Oh, no, I'm not. My blade's not on properly. There's always something that comes up. Anyway, quickly remedy. The Magi mix is on its way. So once that's mixed, I'm simply going to add the flour now. Just sprinkle it into the basin. Sometimes you need to add a little bit of water, but I find, half a cup to maybe 3/4 of a cup of water is ample. Gluten can get a bit temperamental, and then it should just form a ball in a couple of seconds. Well, maybe a minute. We'll see. How long? Look at that. There we go. We better stop it, it's getting excited. Right. And I will say, for those of you who, gluten gets a bad rap these days, and certainly people have reactions, some people do, but it is very high in tryptophan, as is tofu, so they're very good for brain neurochemistry. If you can tolerate them, they're great for brain, like good brain nutrition. So I just have to say those things. And I wouldn't say that this is something you'd eat every day as your meat substitute. It's a special occasion stuff, So now I'm simply, this is really workable. We don't recommend that you knead it. Just form it into a little bit of a loaf, like the turkey breast or whatever it is. And look at that. And then I'm simply going to wrap it in some baking paper. Simply wrap and fold. And this is for me, it's a super quick recipe. The only thing that takes time is the cooking, but that doesn't require any attention from you. And I'll show you what you do next. Right, so, and then in some tin foil. And not too tight because it does expand when it's cooking. All right, there we go. And it simply goes into a steamer pot. So mine's actually got 2, I can make 2 of these loaves. So to feed everybody tonight, I made 10 loaves. Yeah, 10. Just 10. So we've got a great, it was a deep fryer in the kitchen, and I was adamant that we need to get rid of it because we don't do deep frying. And so we were pestering men because it was still full of oil. In fact, I ended up with shifting it one day when we were doing Nourish. I ended up coming into the kitchen saying, I've got to get rid of that deep fryer. It's a terrible thing. And picked it up and was walking out of the kitchen, and it was full of oil. So it was all down the front of me, all over the kitchen floor. I'm like, dear. So anyway, we were in a hurry, but that added to it. By the way, in this pot, you can do 2. See, like that. Just double, just bring to the boil and then slow simmer for, I would say, an hour and a half. I think your recipe probably says an hour. I would change it to an hour and a half. Anyway, let me tell you the rest of the story about the deep fryer. So the deep fryer is definitely on the way out, but do you know what? So we asked a few guys and nobody kind of moved it, but everybody said, yes, it can go. And then Gordon arrived and I said, can you get rid of this deep fryer? And he said, yeah, and then he was fiddling around and thinking about it, and then he said, do you know what? We'll just take the oil out. You can use water. And so that became our deep steamer. And so I did the tofu. I can't tell you what we've done, all the cauliflower, the peas, It's fantastic. We sing his praises. It saved us so much time. So there you go. Deep fryer can become a deep boiler or a deep steamer, and away, no more oil. So there you go. So that is the Tofurkey for those of you who want to get adventurous, or you're definitely on plant-based style of eating. I think this is one of the nicest ones that I've done in the form of some meat alternative for Christmas. So give it a go. Easy.